Generic greetings and welcome to Construction plus Prison Architect plus Alpha 16 episode 3. In the previous episode we built all of this. In the first episode we planned it all out, and in the previous one we built it all. So we'll just have a quick rundown. I'll pause it and have a quick rundown on exactly what we've got. We have a workshop with no saws in it. We also have lots of trees that go around it, as you can barely see because of how dark it is, but that guy's carrying a tree stump away, and there's loads of trees being planted. As you can see, these ones are growing. You can see the way the order they're being placed. These ones are being placed first, them are still to be placed, but these ones are being placed and they're like fully grown. And the ones down here, as you can see, a little bit more. And then the ones up here, as you can see, they get smaller and smaller. They're like little shrubberies. And that's the gardener that's doing it. The one gardener that's really tired because he's been wandering back and forward from the storage constantly to actually do it. We have a power block with only one power station and one capacitor, or one sort of half bank of capacitors in there. We have another area here for another power station and capacitors if we need it, but I don't think we will. Although it depends on exactly how much power this thing draws, and also we haven't got the building over there done. We also have the canteen and the kitchen, which again is not fully furnished. We don't really need it to be. It's just a case of getting something up for the time being. Storage, we have our 5 offices with all of our people in there. This is our visitation, which actually isn't designated as visitation, so I will go ahead and do that now while I still remember. So visitation, and click and drag the lot. There we go, visitation. We also have a security area, which has got no security in it. We have a morgue and infirmary, which is not even staffed. We have a cleaning cupboard, which is fine. And then we have our cell block, which, as you can see, isn't really finished. It has 15 cells. And a shower at the end, which is good, and that'll do us nicely. We also have a laundry. We have a toilet block area here, which again isn't done. Common room, which is enough to fulfill the needs of the prisoners. A yard, obviously. This is where the kennel's going to be, although I haven't got that yet. And these 2 areas are going to be solitary and holding cell, respectively. So not too bad at all. I've also taken the liberty of moving the garbage, which was... Let me unpause it so I actually get some light to this place. Garbage up further so that this gate can actually close. Obviously, these are the new road gates, so the trucks can come in and close. And basically, they'll close behind them so the people can't just run out, because that's a thing with Alpha 16. Although, to be fair, I won't really have that problem because I don't think I'll be building on this side, but we'll see. In this episode, we'll be getting prisoners, so I'm going to go to my prisoners and take in some low-risk prisoners, because that's just the alpha testing way. So we bring in some low-risk, try it out. If everything's working, then good, and then we're going to bring in different ones. What I'm going to do is probably separate the prison off. So for example, these are all cell blocks here. I was going to separate the center bit off to be a low risk or high risk something, but you can't actually do it because it's classing this as all as one building. So what I might end up doing is having another cell block somewhere. Like I might change this to a cell block of something which will be high risk only, but we'll see what happens. Basically with the new where deployment works, you can actually have medium sec, max sec and min sec, and you can do it on even the canteen and things like that. So it's quite interesting. Let me just staff only all these areas there. There we go. I think that'll be staff only as well. That area will be staff only. And morgue, yeah, we don't need that. We need that, staff only. Common room and the rest is all fine. There we go, that's fine. So we're going to receive 13 prisoners in 3 hours 45 minutes. So I'm going to go to staff and guard, and we'll hire 1, 2, 3, 4 guards. We're going to hire 2 chefs. Where is chef? Cooks even. 1, 2. There we go. And we need to set the regime. So we'll go to reports and regime. And we're going to set everything to free time for the time being. Just because then I can work down from there and I know roughly where I'm going. This is like a baseline basically. There we go. Like so. And then we'll have sleep for the first couple of hours. So basically up until about 5 o'clock. I believe, yeah, and then we'll have a shower, then we'll have 2 hours of free time, and then eat, like so, then we'll have 2 hours of free time, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of work, 2 hours of free time, and then I think 2 hours of eat. Actually, no, I think we'll reduce the work time, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of work time. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 hours of free time, 5 hours of work time, 2 sets of 2 eats. So I think that will do us quite nicely. Again, this is just a try, just to test things, and then obviously we can change things as they progress. So obviously we can just basically, if we decide that we want to increase our work time, we can do, because we've already figured out that people aren't writing on the current work time. Anyway, let me just quickly go to my bureaucracy and just probably look at cleaning. I needed cleaning, but I can't actually afford it. So what I'm going to have to do is wait until why aren't them trees being planted? Oh, they are. It's just taking ages for that gardener to work. The worst thing is, now that that gardener's been running back and forward constantly, he has not got any fatigue, because you don't get fatigue. You don't get fatigue, really. Well, you don't get fatigue at all when there's no prisoners, but as soon as prisoners turn up, then we will get it. What I need to do is go to deployment and to guard patrols, and set a guard patrol there, and just put one guy there. Basically, that's going to be the guy that opens and closes all the doors. As you can see, we've got a door there, 2 doors here, so it's all going to be interesting. Hopefully, they will bring them through this way, because then that will obviously make the metal detector open and close, so hopefully that'll work, but we'll see. I'm also not too sure exactly how these deliveries are going to work when it comes to our workshop here, because I've got it on the road. The workman should take it to storage, or the workshop. I don't know, because it was changed in the previous alpha, and I always made since the change in the alpha. I don't know whether it was alpha 14 or 15. I believe it was 14, but I just can't be sure. But since the change, that if the deliveries is off from the road, then it's the workman that'll carry it to the deliveries, and then it'll be the prisoners assigned to the workshop that'll carry it from there. But I just don't know what the deal is with it. I looked it up, but it was a bit confusing. So, and I know people have experienced a couple of problems with it. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll speed up to max speed, and we'll get prisoners in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. There we go. So we've got a set of prisoners here, and I'm sure they all have needs, as they always do, which I really wish that would be changed. We're going to have another truck as well. Any moment now it'll pop up. There we go. There's the truck. Anyone that I recognise? No names no faces in game, I don't think. Although, no, Salmon Moon. No, nothing. So this truck, it'll come up to here and stop, as you can see, and then a guard will go over to open the gate. There we go, because this is how it works. This is the new gating system. So all the gates are closed, as you can see. I'm going to force open. I was going to say I'm going to force open some, but most of them are already forced open. There we go. So you can see that guard opened that for him. Hopefully it'll bring both trucks in. Yes, it does. It's sensible enough to do that. I was thinking, would it just will it just close up on the trucks? But it's not. It's going to stop there, and obviously they're going to have to open that. So it's going to open that there. There we go. Opens that gate. I really like these gates. They're quite nice. And there you go. That gate's that truck's going off and disappears. They'll get off, and that truck should go as well. Fantastic. Oh, but the gate's closed. I couldn't right-click it. Yeah, you can right-click it. I was going to say, can you right-click it? Yes, you can. You can right-click it. Where's he going with that prisoner? For some reason, they're taking the prisoners through the visitation, not through the metal detector. Why? Why is... So, but why? Probably because they're taking them to the cells up here. No, they're taking them to ones down here. So instead of taking them through this metal detector, oh, that's annoying. Instead of taking them through that metal detector, they're taking them through the top here. Is this guy going to go that way? No, they're taking all of the people through the visitation. So that metal detector that I've placed in there to detect all of this stuff is actually useless. Fantastic. At least we've got the ones over here. As you can see, it's eat time as well, so the prisoners should, yeah, they're going to actually get a bit of eat. Because everything's been prepared. Lovely. Nice. Although I'm guessing they haven't prepared a lot of food. Let me just force that gate open. But there you go. So, looks like all of these have been planted. Or, yeah, most of them have been planted. There's a couple more to do. The ones that haven't been planted, like these trees, for example, I am going to probably cut down and then get them to be... I'll probably saw them up with a workshop saw. So actually, let me get a saw in here in the first place. So, assuming I have a saw... what's the gap I want? I think I want a saw there. Oh, it's 1,500, which is not really enough. It's a lot of money. 1,500 for one saw. That's a bit expensive. I'm currently losing 506 money because of, well, for the daily cash flow. What I'm going to do is close the the low prisoner intake and take in normal risk, because that'll give me a bit more money. In fact, I probably should have done that anyway, because that would have given me more money and probably put me into the positive. But we'll see what happens with that. At least this way we still know, well, we know if things are going to boot off or not. Let me force that door open there. I might as well fire a couple of workmen. In fact, I might fire... How many do I have? I have 8 as standard, I believe. Yes, I'm going to fire all but 4 of them. So basically I'm going to half my staff, because I don't think I need that many. That should be okay. I could probably also fire one of these if my bureaucracy was done. See, I want to get cleaning, but I can't really afford to do it. I can't really afford to do anything. I'm just going to fast forward at max speed, I think. And we can see that people are getting taken. The shower's getting used, which is all good. I'm going to go to my deployment and to jobs. I'm going to assign 1, 2 to the laundry, 2 to the cleaning cupboard, and then 1, 2... Actually, there's no point in sending them to the workshop. We'll send 4 to the cleaning cupboard and 4 to the laundry. And just for the sake of trying this workshop saw out, I am going to buy one. Now, the problem is, yes, I haven't got it connected, so I'm going to have to run a cable up there, which is going to cost me even more money. But there we go. And then what I'm going to do is go to deployment. And I'm going to go to... probably, yeah, jobs will assign 2 people there as well, so there we go. And then what I will do is I will... Do I need anyone else? No. Well, this guard here, you know what? I'm just going to go to deployment and just guards, unassign that guard there. Guard patrols, unassign the guard there. I don't need one there. Has that just been sacked? No. No. Because I right-clicked on it. Why is that going up? 6 prisoners have serious complaints. I don't know what they're complaining about. Anyway, let me dismantle all of these trees here, because they're fully grown. At least I think they're fully grown. Is that fully grown? Looks fully grown. So we'll dismantle all these ones here. No, it's a little bit smaller. Dismantle all of them here. So they'll chop them down like that and fell the trees. And what they should do is, once they're done, they should gather them all up. Oh, these guys are working. Ah. So they're already taking them. They're already gathering them up, which is fantastic. And hopefully, alright, they're taking them in here in the workshop. Right, okay, this is work. Is this working? No, this can't be working. Let me just take this guy in here. I'm going to just take this guy in. I want to just, because I want to see what's happening. Just quickly run this guy inside and see if they're actually cutting it up. So as you can see, they're all working here and putting it there. Now they should. That's some metal plates there, but I don't want them. I don't want them to actually cut them up. I want them to. It's free time. Well, looks like we have all these here. Hang on, we've also got riots somewhere where we've got a bit of violence. Oh, we've got a bit of violence here. That's not good. That's also a problem as well, because I don't have solitary anywhere and I can't afford it. That's slightly problematic. So, a couple of prisoners, if I go to my policy, they'll probably, yes, they'll be attacked, staff, and serious injury. They'll be ready for solitary. One awaiting solitary and one requiring medical, 2 require medical attention. I don't have either of them. I don't have a solitary area. The only thing I can possibly do is go to solitary and put it there, which it's a fairly large solitary area, but it should fulfill the need for them to go and do that. Anyway, what I'm going to have to do, you can see the needs are going right down now. There we go. Let's bring this person, let's bring the guard in here, and we will, basically, I was going to saw this stuff up, but I don't really have the choice, so what I'm going to have to do is go to objects and sell object, and sell the wood, basically to get money for, well, for more trees. You get, off 3 logs, you get, 250. Let me just go to dismantle. Actually, I'll go to dismantle here. You get 200. No, you get 150 for the logs if you get 3 logs off the trees, and it costs 100 for each tree. So you're making 50 generic credits profit, which is okay. What I'm not a big fan of is that the Oh, it looks like some stuff. Looks like we found some stuff on them there. Yeah, they keep on delivering. Looks like they're keeping on delivering metal, but I don't really want the metal. I don't really want the metal because I just want the. I just want to use this workshop as for wood and such. Anyway, we've just lost a bit of money because, well, yes, we have. We've lost a bit of money because we're on minus 106 credits, but that's okay because I should be able to sell enough of this wood to get. Will I be able to sell enough wood to get that back? I should be able to sell enough wood to get money back enough for me to buy another saw, because with more saws means you get more planks. The thing is, I don't know exactly how it works because you can't really assign. Let's have a quick look. Sell objects. So we'll sell all these, basically, all this wood, and there we go. So we've got 2,100, which takes us to 3,285, which is okay. Right, what I need to do is also I need to get rid of these stumps, but I need to dump them, which is a bloody time-consuming job. Is there not a dump button in the objects now? It's just dismantle, which is annoying. You can wait, and the stumps will disassemble themselves, but. Yeah, it's best just to do it manually. There we go. Dump all these. Yes, what I want is I want them to. I don't want them to. I want the workshop to cut the wood, but I don't want it to buy the metal, and I don't think there's a way to actually tell it not to. I think it's just a case of it'll do what it can. If there's wood there, it'll saw it up. If there's sheet metal, it will saw that up as well. So. It's a bit interesting in that sense. Right, so I've basically told them to dismantle all of these tree stumps because I'm going to replant. Because obviously you need to, if you don't replant them, then it isn't exactly a renewable resource, is it? Which is something we need to bear in mind here. We need to make sure that it is being renewed so we can continue going for it and actually getting money for it. And they're taking ages to dismantle them. I'm just going to plant it from the top here. Don't know how many I'm going to go for. Probably up to. I think I'll just get a full row. I think that'll do us. Bear in mind that the previous ones taking a while to dismantle all them. The previous trees have taken their time. They've been growing over the course of a couple of days building. So we'll have to wait. What? Oh, good grief! Them tree stumps are really hard to get out, and they're all lined up in the same area. I don't know what they're doing. Are they going to finish it? Finally, they finished it. There we go. And we've got some more prisoners. There you go. There's more prisoners. So we're now over capacity now, which is interesting. We now need to... We're over capacity, so what can I do? I need to hack this a little bit by going to my objects and bench and put a bench there and a toilet there. Now you're probably thinking, hang on, what's he doing? What I'm doing is then going to rooms in holding cell and designating that as holding cell, which should be, once I actually put this stuff in, it should be enclosed. Enclosed, surrounded by doors. It's not, because probably of them. Put them in, it should work. Here we go. We'll see what happens in a moment, won't we? So we just got, this is like a really hacky way of doing this, but it's just to get this to register as a holding cell. So no, it's still not enclosed, which is annoying. I don't know what I can do because they're enclosed over there. So let me dismantle these doors then, because I don't need them there. I fear that I can't dismantle them. I'm going to have to dismantle the drains first. Oh, annoying. Anyway, let me just go to jobs. Let's have a quick look. Deployment and jobs, and we'll assign a couple more people to places. There we go. We'll get everybody working, because we might as well. We'll get the workers to come and dismantle these areas for this thing for me. We'll dismantle the door. There we go, and that door as well. Dismantle them both, and then we will put the drains back in. There we go. That is a holding cell that doesn't function. We're going to have to build the proper holding cell at some point, but it's going to cost me a fair bit to do. Let me just get a guard. Is there a guard wandering around? Yes, there's one over there. You, go in there, please. And Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they're wandering. They're just wandering around, really. I'm trying to think of the best way of doing this. I need to have a room that is... I probably can redesignate the solitary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can. Okay, new plan. Dismantle that and dismantle that toilet. And then go to rooms, and then holding cell, and then cancel that. And go to solitary and redesignate the solitary as a holding cell. Which this is going to swap back and forward between the two. Put a bench and a toilet in, which will fulfill the need for it. Go to my policy and change anything that says solitary to lockdown, because then it means I'll never need a solitary again until I actually want to build a solitary and then, you know, use it. So, but it means that there's no reason for me to have a solitary now. When I say no reason, there's no requirement for me to have one. I still would like one at some point, but at the moment I don't need one. And that guy's just being run over, apparently. But I don't know why the guards aren't taking these people to... There we go, there's one of the guards done. They should be taking... The guards should be taking these guys to the holding cell, which they are, actually. You can see they're coming in now. Yeah, and doing all that's fantastic. And there's also some problems. Oh, there's that guy injured. But danger level is going all over the place. We're sort of doing okay. We have 1,485 generic credits. What I'm going to do is use the remainder of that to plant trees up here. We are receiving 560 per day, which is good. Which is enough to sort of fulfill our... it basically allows us to basically hold on, keep doing what we're doing. I'm going to go to prisoners and close the intake because I'm already over the intake by 5, which isn't great. So that's not good. But yeah, we'll do what we can here. Obviously, there's going to be a problem around here because these people in the holding cell are going to shout that there's no place for them to sleep. But we can probably resolve that by putting some beds in. And again, this is a temporary solution, a very temporary solution. I don't even have enough money for the remaining beds. So once it changes over, there we go. I'll put another 2 beds in, and then we should have enough beds to sleep everybody. Which means that although it's not ideal, it means they can sleep and the needs, there we go, are getting fulfilled, which is fantastic. Apart from that guy who's apparently sleeping on the toilet and that guy that's on a bench. Although I feel that once, there we go, yeah, as soon as I place these, they will change their mind and that guy will go to bed. There, but he's not. Right, let's do a full shakedown because I haven't done one yet. So, as you can see, all of these ones down the bottom are going to get checked at. I think I've got to staff hire another guard. I can't really hire anymore. In fact, I've spent all the money I've got this day. But yes, I need to do a shakedown because these people at the bottom here are dangerous. Basically, this is danger level down the bottom here, these toilets. These here, because they only have to dig through two sets of oh, we had a drill. You only have to dig through 2 bits of toilet. Sorry, 2 bits of ground and then a wall, and then they're pretty much out. So, yes, we can see they've got contraband on them. But that's okay. Well, it's not okay, but, you know, at least they haven't dug any tunnels, which is the main thing. That guy's also unconscious for some reason. I think he was already unconscious for a while. I think I just left him there. Right, so we're going to see 460 per day. As you can see, oh yeah, these are actually growing quite well. That is the most overworked gardener ever, Gerald. So thank you very much for that. I don't know why I call him Gerald. It just seems like a gardener's name. But yes, he's happily placing all of them. Sounds like we've got a bit of a fight here. Is that someone escaped? What was he trying to do? Escape attempt? It's because that door was locked open. That's one of the things that will happen. People will try to escape. We better move him, lads. Do you want to move him? There we go. Has anyone actually escaped before this? Serious injuries? No, nobody's escaped yet. But we've definitely got some injuries. Anyway, so let's dismantle some of these trees. Like this. And then what we're going to do, we are going to... See, are they fully grown? I think they are fully grown. So I'll just go to dismantle... To basically fell all these trees here. And get the logs from them, as you can see. Oh, they're falling quite nicely. Hang on, the logs are thicker on the small trees. Right, so it'll be work in a moment, because what I want is the work. I want basically people. There's been a lot of fighting over there. Can you tell? Yes, I want someone in. I want these. I want this to be used. I want them to cut the wood. but I don't know how to say, yes, this is what you need to do. Like, I don't know if there's any way to designate it so it's just the wood. Let me just go to deployment for a moment. Guards. Guard patrols even. We'll put a guard patrol in there. Just so we can actually see everything going on here. Because I want to watch it just for sort of research's sake. As you can see, there's loads of tree stumps that I'm going to manually dump here. Like I say, you can leave them and they will slowly sort of degrade. I guess it would be just rot away, wouldn't it? But I'm going to do that, and we'll get rid of all these. We'll dump them all. Wish there was a quicker way of doing that, but there you go. Right, so when it comes to work, here we go. They're all coming into work. I want to see them. I want to see them cutting these logs up, but they're not going to, I'm guessing. So we'll see what happens. That guy's called Cairn. Phil Red Cairn. So they're going to use the saw. There's a couple of sheets of metal here. Who's going to actually cut that? Is that Tom Francis? Oh no, Tom Clark. Who's going to actually be on this? Is nobody going to be on this? It's because they can't move that. They can't... I'm going to dump the license plate stack just to try and see what... And I'm going to dump the metal as well because I want to see them cut. I want to see them cut the wood. There we go. Now they're taking the wood because there's some wood there. Might as well dump the license plates as well. Dump them. There we go. Now they should start cutting the wood. There we go. Now they're cutting the planks. That's what I wanted to see. So it looks like if there's wood inside here, they won't order metal. Is that right? Looks about right to me. Again, it's just learning the quirks of the game. But there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. Actual stacks of sort of wood. Never seen that before. Right. So how much can it sell for? Not much. 100. I'm guessing you have to cut them up quite a bit. Right. But that's okay. Let me just go to objects and to dismantle. And here we go. We're just going to dismantle all these trees because they're fully grown. And go. And I can go ahead and do that. Danger level is low by the look of it. It is low and 2 prisoners say they're well treated. So overall everything's okay. Looks like people are... That person's tired. Have they got a patrol around there? So, no, they haven't got a patrol. They're just wandering around. Looks like we're fulfilling the needs. Gardener's doing the gardening thing, and that's a lot of wood in there. I don't want that sheet metal there. I'm going to dump it. I want to dump the stack. I don't want any sheet metal at all, because if it gets put on there, I'm going to have to manually mess about with it. I want this as just a sawmill, basically. Keep this as a sawmill. That's someone stealing a spoon. I want to keep this thing as a sawmill, but I don't know if the game's just going to keep buying metal. By the look of it, it isn't, but, you know, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, lots of wood just getting piled over. Where's the, I was going to say, where is the, where's the metal, the wood stack? But I sold it. We've got a prisoner due for release, Paul Danya, in 0 hours now, basically. We've got a couple of staff exhausted, but that's why we have a staff room, obviously. That's quite good. And we are slowly, our intake is slowly, our capacity is slowly going down, basically. So what we've got is all we're going to get until I can build up around here and get these prisoners out of the sort of ad hoc section I've got there. I'm not going to do any more. We have... I'm not going to take any more prisoners in. As for wood over here, it's a bit of a slow point here. I need to buy some more trees, plant a couple more. But I don't want to overspend. In fact, I do want to overspend. I want to spend enough so I can't buy another tree. That tree says 100, yet I can't place it there. Is that because there's a stump there? There's a tree stump there. Okay, we'll dump the tree stump, then we'll plant another tree, then we'll have no money, so we can't possibly buy metal. Excellent idea. Excellent idea. This guy comes to rip it out with... He's going so fast, it's actually making like a blur of axes. There we go, done. I'm planting the tree. We have 35 generic credits left. But yes, I'll have to experiment and research exactly how these workshops work now. But like everything, it's not entirely 100% documented, and what is there is, you know, sometimes it's got errors in it. So we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, let's dump all of these tree stumps. I'm glad I saw that person down the bottom trying to escape. That was interesting, because I knew that was a change, but I didn't know how severe that was. But it seems like they will try and do a runner if they see freedom, or if they think there's freedom, you know, there's a chance of freedom, they'll go for it. If freedom is opportune, they will definitely try and take that. Although that big gate there will stop it. The reason I moved the garbage up is so the truck doesn't sit half in the gate and force the gate open, because otherwise that'll just, you know, sort of break. That'll be sort of makes the whole thing redundant, doesn't it? Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to reports and to my regime, and I'm going to have some more work time, basically add extra work time here, because I want that sawmill to be up and running. And there's more metal! I've actually told them to dump it, so I'm guessing that it'll be the workers, it'll be the prisoners that do it. Anyway, so we're at work time. How many prisoners do we have? We have 18 prisoners, so we should be able to assign 18. So jobs, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I might as well unassign a couple from there. Put more onto cleaning. I can't, and I'll put more into laundry then, I guess. There's no point in having that many assigned to workshop because they're not going to do anything. Anyway, as you can see, they're coming in. Even though it's on 5 times speed, they're really slow at it. But there you go, they're going to start chopping that up. Oh, they've actually dumped that as well. Fantastic. So, looks like they're sawing these planks. Oh, I love that noise. Today's beverage is water. Look at that, sawing. Keep sawing, sir. Keep sawing. No, keep sawing. Come on. Saw. Well, it says he is, but I don't think he is. How many is where? 4? It's taking a while. 8. Ah, there we go. Yes. Is that blood under there? Uh-huh. It's a bit interesting. Oh no, that's it's the arrow from the saw. Interesting. Right, I might as well speed it up to max speed and see how much I actually make over here. Looks like they're carrying all the wood to it, so it seems to be working. Imagine if I get like 20 of them. That'll be good, wouldn't it? What I might do, depending on how many of these I make, these wood stacks, I might... Is someone bleeding? That guy's bleeding. That guy's definitely bleeding. Should probably heal him at some point, but I can't afford a doctor. Ah, well. But yes, oh, 24. 24. How much is that? How much would I get off that? I'll see. Once I've made the full wood stacks, I'm going to sell, and I'm going to sell enough to buy at least another 2 workshop saws, or at least that's my aim. But we'll see how that goes. But this seems to work. The whole, you know, just doing it as a sawmill. I like that idea. Like I say, I'm assuming that later on in the alphas, is obviously it gets developed further. I'm guessing that you'll be making furniture and things like that, not just sawboards, or you can perhaps even use this wood to basically build part of your prison. That will make sense, I guess. Anyway, let me just go to, unless they make it substantially and then half the building falls down. Let me go to sell object, and we will sell. That's a stack of how many? 24. So we'll sell that. Sell object. Here we go. Wow, 600. That's not much at all. Might as well sell these. Sell these. 8, 9. You make a fair bit, I guess. Right, so that's 1,500 I have, which is enough for me to buy another saw. Oh, looks like someone's been nicking a spoon. Buy another saw. There. And we will probably... I don't know. I'm going to have to wait, really. Ideally more prisoners to get more money, but then I can't really hold the ones that I've got. So, difficult decision. The prison is functioning at the moment. That's not a problem. The prison is functioning. But it's not exactly running smoothly. I mean, we've obviously got problems with that there. That's the holding cell, which isn't supposed to be a holding cell. Common room seems to work, and I was going to change it based on feedback, but it seems to be... I can't really do anything at the moment because of how little, you know, how small my funds are. If I sell all of these, will I actually have enough? Assuming I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I might get maybe $1,000 off them all. Is that right? Let me have a quick look. So if I sell 2 logs, I get 100. If I sell 3 logs, I get 200. See, I want another saw, but, yeah, I'm going to have to do it. I want another saw, so there we go. That's enough for me to get another workshop saw, which will go there. There we go. And I think the remainder I will use to hire a doctor. No, a doctor's 1,000. Damn it. And we've just bought some sheet metal, which I don't want. I don't want any sheet metal. Go away. I'll have to dump that as well. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. There might be a way of getting around that, but I just don't know it. I'm not going to buy any more wood, I don't think. I think we'll leave it as is, and then obviously them trees will grow. Right. I think we'll leave it there. Not too bad at all. Obviously, this episode, we've got prisoners, and they seem to the prison seems to function okay. Obviously, things are dirty, as you can see. It's all horribly dirty. We need to get we need to research. Excuse me. We need to research the janitor, because we haven't got one at all. We do have a gardener, but not a janitor. We need to do that, and then obviously long term we need to build these 2 buildings here. We need to pave the area, grass it, put tiles down, put floors down, and just generally improve it. So we're definitely on a good start, but long way to go. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.